Hey everyone, Darren here from the Music Vault. I stole this idea, I'm going to be honest. I saw it on one of the boards, one of the groups that I'm in on Facebook, and it was the 10 albums in your collection or whatever, with band members on the cover. So I'm like, that sounds kind of cool. So I did 15, just to be different. So I didn't technically, I stole the idea, whatever, you know what I mean. Anyways, in the background, we're listening to this. So far, been listening to this one. This one's on. What a friggin' amazing album. I think some of his stuff so far is just as good as Accepts. I'm really impressed. The production on this, I don't see the difference. Like, I think it's pretty good. I've heard like bootlegs are less quality and blah blah blah. This sounds great on my stereo. Like, to me it sounds good. But then again, I don't have an ear for production and bottom end, and if it sounds good, it sounds good. I just go with it. So anyways, so I figured I would do 15 albums in my collection. I mean, I might have shown one or two of them before, but I tried to pick albums that I hadn't shown, or even maybe bands that I haven't shown. I don't know. I've done a few videos now, so you forget some of the content or whatever. However, let's start. As you see, I'm shooting or doing in my videos from a different angle. I kind of found a spot in my area that sits perfectly. I can face, instead of like looking down all the time, or I can look straight on, and I kind of like that a lot better. So anyways, up first, and these are, I guess they are in order, but from back to front, from Z to A. I just went in my collection and I took notes like this. I went through my collection on my phone on Discogs, and went through and wrote everything down. So what I did was I left out CDs, 7 inches, cartoon, bands with like Ted Nugent, and it's just him on the cover. No, I did bands. I mean, I had a ton of stuff, but I just did bands, and I tried to keep them to hard rock and metal. I think I got one punk in there. Anyways, you'll see. Up first, Wasp. This is an original pressing on EMI Capitol. It came out in '84, I believe. But yeah, this is the original kind of Wasp. He left the band after this album. I think he did 2 more albums after that. He was gone, and then you know the story of Wasp. But yep, so that's Wasp. Up next is a repress of Once Dead by Vengeance Rising, and this has the band members on twice. Awesome. I don't know, maybe some of their earlier stuff you could kind of label as blackened thrash. It's very gritty, very raw sounding. Awesome band, both lyrically and musically, and they do Deep Purple songs. Space Truckin' on this. Up next, Metal Church, Blessing in Disguise. Another original pressing from '89, I believe. Yeah, '89. And this is with the new vocalist, Mike Howe, which is right there. Yeah, David Wayne was out by this time, and it was Mike Howe. Okay, punk. The Lucky Ones. And these guys are actually from my hometown, St. Catharines. Awesome punk rock. The whole kind of write-up and everything on it, the substandard, it's kind of a take on the St. Catharines Standard, which was a newspaper here on Stumble Records, which is owned by this guy, Steve Stumble. Awesome straight up punk rock. That's all it is. 80s Keel. And this is their self-titled. Came out in 87. Straight up metal. Nothing to really float your boat with in terms of reinventing the wheel or something. They were just part of that Rat Motley Crue movement back in the 80s. But that's Keel. Up next, Overkill and Taking Over. This was their second album, I believe, after Feel the Fire. Yeah, still had Rat Skates in the band, and Bobby Gustafson. Awesome album. Again, this is an original pressing on Megaforce Atlantic. Awesome stuff. Another Canadian homegrown band, the Headpins, with Brian Too Loud McLeod. He has now passed on, died years ago from a brain tumor. But I think, if I remember correctly, Darby Mills has brought the band back. Excellent hard rock. Brian was in Chilliwack for a little while. Did record producing and stuff like that. I think he passed away in 95 or something like that. But yeah, awesome hard rock. And if I remember correctly, they are from BC, British Columbia, I think. Another band, Canadian, homegrown, Gatto, Pretty Bad Boys. Doug Inglis has now passed away. Just passed away recently, within the last 3 weeks or so. Yeah, it's sad. I mean, when you see all the guys that you grew up listening to are now leaving us. But yeah, that's Gatto and Pretty Bad Boys. Great album. Good hard rock. Up next, Judas Priest with Unleashed in the East. What can I say? Awesome live album. Has a lot of great tracks on it. Exciter, Running Wild, Sinner, Diamonds and Rust. Those that know metal obviously know Judas Priest. Forbidden, Raw Evil, live at the Dynamo. This is it's a 4-song. I think it's a 4-song EP. Yeah. I picked this up years and years and years ago. I think this is an original pressing as well. On Black Combat. Yep, it's a 4-song EP. I mean, I love Forbidden. Their Twisted Into Form is probably my favorite album from these guys. This is when Paul Bastoff was still in the band, the drummer for Slayer. He had come and gone in Slayer a couple of times. So, up next is Exodus. Pleasures of the Flesh. You gotta like that back cover. Awesome thrash. Obviously, everybody knows who Exodus is. This is on the Combat label. Came out in 87. Relativity Records Inc. And it was distributed by Combat, I guess. This is the only album that doesn't have the actual pictures of the band. but I thought I'd show it anyways. Burn from Deep Purple, because it's such a cool cover. But on the back, it has it again, and then the guy's up top. Who was? Yeah, David Coverdale was in this band at the time. And Glenn Hughes. I'm gonna say that's David Coverdale right there. So he would be right there. And we all know who David Coverdale is. Up next, one of the probably the most influential Christian punk bands that you can ever imagine, and that is Crucified. This is their debut album, their first album, repress on Tooth and Nail. Vinyl remains. It came out in '94, but this is a repress off of Vinyl Remains and Veritas Vinyl. But yeah. Up next, another 80s hard rock, kind of in that glam period. I don't know what year this came out. 88. This is Black and Blue. Everybody who knows this dude here, he went on to be in Kiss, Tommy Thale. And he went on to sing for Warrant, I believe. Warrant or Rat? No, I think it was Warrant. Yeah, Jamie St. James. Yep, straight up hard rock. I haven't heard this album in forever. And then last, number 15, Accept, Russian Roulette. This is an awesome album. TV Wars, probably one of my favorite songs from Accept. Monster Man, it's a good song, but it's kind of cheesy, really. But yeah, TV Wars, such an awesome song. And there you have it. I might do another one, because I know it seems kind of cheesy, but it shows off your collection, right? I don't know, I'm kind of all for showing off your collection. All the stuff that I don't normally show, like all the, you get a lot of new stuff, and you don't show any of your old stuff. But anyways, you guys have an awesome day. I'm gonna go and do what I gotta do, and chat next video. See you guys.